Hello, web design students. Welcome to week 11. We're going to talk about code validation and web hosting. So let's talk about validation. Now, it's not the kind that says you are enough, although that is important. It's the kind of validation for HTML. Validate our code. We go to validator.w3.org on the web. And then I'll show you how to check your code in the page here. With HTML validation, you can find errors so you can fix them quickly. And valid code is important for technical quality, and so your sites function properly. You can also do validation for CSS. And we go to jigsaw.w3.org/CSS-validator for that. And for similar reasons, we want to validate our CSS for technical quality. But here's the thing. Browsers are very forgiving. If your code isn't completely valid, the browser will probably show your code okay enough. So here's some HTML code with missing tags. So if you take a quick look at this over here on the left, there's missing closing P tags. There's quotes missing around this href here. And there's no head tags or body tags. So kind of a mess. But the browser will probably still show your page okay. I say probably, almost. So why do we do any of this then? One, for quality control. You want to be the best coder you can be, so validation will help you find mistakes. You can fix them. It's better for search engine optimization, so your website will be found easier in Google and higher ranked in the search rankings. And better UX, because fewer website errors mean better experiences for your users. So you definitely want that. And cross-browser problems are reduced with code validation. So differences between browsers are amplified with unvalidated code. So if your code is valid, you have fewer problems switching from Chrome to Safari and so forth. We can talk about multiple device accessibility when we have validated code, because cleaner code shows up well across multiple devices, so you want that. But sometimes browsers won't save you, so you have to save yourself and your code from falling through the cracks. And validated code is easier to maintain. So I want to take a second to talk about vendor prefixes. A vendor prefix is for new features in CSS that aren't fully supported in browsers. This is a way to sort of bridge the gap. We add these to the beginning of the CSS property. So dash WebKit dash, we add that to the CSS for using Chrome or Safari for the website to show up in, dash MOZ dash for Firefox, dash O dash for old versions of Opera. I don't know if anyone uses Opera, but it's a browser popular in Europe, and dash MS dash for Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer if you're using really old Internet Explorer. And this is what it looks like in action. So our transition, our normal code is down here at the bottom, and then our prefixes are at the top. So if our browser comes through and needs one of these prefixes, then it'll find it here, and then it'll reach the bottom one if none of these prefixes are needed. So that's how you write a vendor prefix. So here, WebKit, Moz, MS, and O. But they're going out of style, so you may not encounter them much anymore. So in case you see this in a website, that's what it is. The new hotness is to add experimental features that aren't supported in all browsers behind user-controlled flags or preferences in your browser settings. So if there's new features like new kinds of animation or support for SVG images, then that might be something you have to set in your browser settings. So let's do some. Here is validator.w3.org, and I'll put all of these links in Canvas. And so we can do it by validating by URI. So this is like adding the website URL to this field here, or you can validate by file upload. So you can just upload the file here, or you can copy and paste into this text box here. So what we're going to do is just validate by file upload. I'm going to go to last week's code, index.html, and then click check. And then now I get a report. So I'll have warnings and errors. If I had no warnings or errors, it'd be green across the screen. So let's look at the errors that we have here. It says this document appears to be lorem ipsum text. Consider adding language such and such to the HTML start tag. Okay. So a warning is not something you absolutely have to fix, but if you want to maintain really good code, then you should fix your code so that you don't get any warnings. So we'll go that into the code and do that. And then we have here some errors, and all of these errors happen to be related to the YouTube iframe. So iframes can be kind of iffy as far as validated code is concerned. So any errors related to iframes, I'm not going to take any points off of. And so I won't consider these a problem. So let's go and fix this warning about line 1, column 16. Let's go to Atom. So here in Atom, they're saying to add a language tag to the HTML. And the way to do that is to go into your HTML tag. Do they have it in here? Yes. So lang, and then we want English. So we scroll down here and just pick up EN down here somewhere. Here it is. And so here's language English.
So we can save this, and then we can go back to validator and start over. So I'm going to start over by clicking back, then choosing file again, uploading the same file, open, check again. Oh,
not EN, ZXX, like they suggest. Save, back, start over, choose file again, check. And now my errors are gone, my warnings are gone, and just the errors are left. I'm just going to delete this outright. Look at that. So just to show you what it looks like, green across your screen, I deleted the YouTube links, the iframes from my code, and then I'm going to choose file, index, open, check. And now green across the screen, document checking completed, no errors or warnings to show. So that's what you want. But if you have to include YouTube links and they don't come out as valid, that's fine. Your site's going to work. Now we can do CSS. That's jigsaw. Whoops. .w3.org. So again, we validate our CSS. You can do it by a website link or uploading a file or copy and pasting. So we'll do the file upload version of it. Choose file. I want to go to CSS. Take my style.css. Open, check, and green across the screen. This is what you want. No error found. And my document validates as CSS level 3 plus SVG. So you want that. That's good. You can scroll down and see if there were errors, they would show up in here and you can go back and fix them. So that's what valid CSS looks like.